Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I read 5 books in the month of July, so here is my reading wrap up and what I rated all these books. By the way, these are just props. I didn't actually read these ones. I read most of my books on audiobook or ebook. Yeah, those are just props. Okay, so the first book that I read was Twilight, and I read this because this is one of my comfort reads. It is a book that every time I'm in a slump, I can pick it up and kind of reminisce on my first reading experiences. I rated this book 5 stars because if you get it, you get it. I would recommend it if you're a Twilight girl. If not, if you're a hater, just don't read it. I think certain people can appreciate it for what it is, and certain people just can't. The next book that I read was Lightlark, and this is like a YA fun romance. I really liked the premise of the book. It's like 7 rulers have 7 curses and they have to go to this island to compete. I completely took myself out of this book and I'm so mad at myself for it. I looked up fan art, and I do that all the time because I like to kind of visualize the characters a little bit better in my mind. And like halfway through, I look it up and it's like the ending scene. So I spoiled the ending for myself, and it kind of spoiled everything because I only rated this a 3 star. It wasn't like out of this world for me. I had a really good time, but I ruined it for myself. So would I recommend it? If you like YA fantasy, then yeah. The next book that I read is My Husband. Oh my gosh. This book was so fun. I rated this book 4 stars. It's about a wife who's absolutely obsessed with her husband to the point that every time he does something that she doesn't like, she punishes him. And the punishments go from like super minor to like super extreme, and it's really crazy. But she's like a chronic overthinker. So I feel like if you're a chronic overthinker, being in the mind of this girl, it's very relatable, even though like some of the things she did was super outlandish and like absolutely insane, and can't really support it. Like she was a little bit crazy. I started thinking she was valid, and then it just got worse and worse. And I was like, okay, maybe I can't support everything she's doing because she's a little crazy. But I would totally recommend this book. It was so good. Especially also, I don't read a lot of literary fiction. So this was like, it's marketed as thriller, but it's more literary fiction. It's completely character driven. The next book I read was Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This is my first Frederick Bachman book that I read. And sorry, I'm checking if my mic is on because I recorded this video already and my mic was off the entire time, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I read Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This book was probably one of the best books I have ever read. Um, I love his writing style. I felt like I could absolutely highlight this entire book. I definitely want to read more by him because his writing is just, oh my gosh. I felt like he put perfectly into words like things about the human experience that I could never. But I will probably be rereading this book. The only thing that bothered me is this book is about a hockey town, and that's what everybody says. It's about a hockey town, and nobody says the main premise of the book. And I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to spoil it, but I do want to encourage you, go look it up what the book is really about, because it's really heavy, and I did not expect the things that happen in the book to happen. I wasn't going into the book like, okay, let me mentally prepare for this. It's really, really heavy. So, like I said, just make sure you check trigger warnings and do all that, because there was actually a couple times that I had to stop, take a couple days, and then go back to the book because it was so heavy. And I'm a person that, like, I sometimes will read a book and then I start overthinking about things like that. And I don't know how to completely explain it, but I feel so deeply for these characters that it like hurts me, honestly. And it's hard. It's really hard to read. Okay, so I read that. That was a 5 star book, obviously. The next book I read is The Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I was recommended this book because I saw the movie Sinners, and then I was obsessed with that. Obsessed. That's one of the best movies I've seen this year. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to go watch it. Like now. Just like pause the video, go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. But I kept getting recommendations on my TikTok of like, if you like Sinners, then go read this book. And I stumbled across The Buffalo Hunter Hunter. And I'll be honest, I love the cover of that book. The cover of that book is perfect. Like, it's beautiful. I want to get a copy and put it somewhere on display because it's beautiful. The book was so good. Like I said, it was a vampire story. Um, the only thing I didn't like about it was it started feeling like reminiscent of a history book, but I felt like the author did such a good job of making you feel like there is absolutely no way you can convince me that vampires aren't real. You can't, because it was backed up by history, and I felt like I was reading a textbook. And honestly, that was good at times, but bad at times, because if you're going into like a fiction book, wanting to have a good time, like read horror, and then you end up reading a textbook, it's like, I don't know. But it was really good at the same time. I went back and forth between the ebook and the audiobook. The audio narrators, they did such an amazing job. Oh my gosh, they were amazing. If you think you'll have a hard time getting into it, I would definitely recommend the audiobook. But yeah, that was what I read. That was what I read. If you guys want more videos like this, please let me know. I don't do a lot of long form content all the time, but I want to get more into it. I want to start branching out, doing things a little bit more creative. So if you like videos like this, please let me know, and let me know what you read this month and your ratings for your books.